Peace and love, family. It's your girl, Six the Goddess. And keep in mind, I'm a goddess and I'm sensitive about my shit. So today's video is going to be a doozy. I saw this clip on my Facebook feed from a Facebook friend, and I was just shook at this video because it really summed up, I think, a big part of why men don't see the value in marriage anymore. Why men look at marriage as something that kind of holds them back as opposed to something that used to propel them forward. I'm a firm believer in a man has better things to do with his life and is more valuable, making money, building, producing resources. A man spending time cooking and doing laundry is a waste of time. I think that we as women look at everything from an emotional standpoint instead of a logical standpoint and do not understand that having two people do one job often gets you nowhere, where common sense says, okay, everyone take the job that is their strong point. Women nowadays, I tell my girls in my Patreon group all the time, I'm like, listen, women that got married 10, 20 years ago have ruined it for women today. Now, men today have seen what a lot of those men in the predicament that they're in now, and they are not going for it. And to be totally honest, I do not blame them. I would never marry a woman who does not understand that cooking is a part of what helps propel a family forward. We do not have time for me to be cooking. If you're the man, you're cooking, you could be out making money, but instead you're in the kitchen. It's a waste of time. Let me be in the kitchen. You go do what you do. We don't have time to be eating out, ordering Uber Eats every day. You can be single as a man and do that. People look like are not getting it, that the whole reason why a marriage dynamic helps propel a man forward, which essentially propels the whole family forward, is because he's spending time producing for the home instead of separating the whites from the colors. I realize today many women do not know how to clean, do not know how to cook, which is why they think it's super hard. When I have consults with my male clients, and they're vetting a woman, I have certain questions that I have them ask the woman. And do you know how many men marry a woman without even asking her where she fully stands and what she truly thinks about the roles of cooking and cleaning in a household? I was speaking on my live the other day about the show Best Man Holiday and how majority of the men in the show were having issues in their marriages because their wives were complaining about how they weren't stopping producing as a man to help her produce in her career. And I'm like, see, this is why marriage is becoming obsolete, because women don't want to play their role. Yet they don't want to pay bills. Yet they don't want a man that's broke. It's super confusing. But anyway, we're going to play this clip and we're going to take a look. And it's very disturbing to me. And it's very disheartening to me because I'm like, wow, this is literally our problem. This is why the institution is not institutioning the way it should anymore. Now, what is moving the way it should is my health. Why? Because I have been juicing with Alpha Juice and I 100% love it. The idea of having to, buy fruits and vegetables, juice them in a big old heavy expensive juicer, the cleanup, having to store it all is a lot for me. So I love that we can take these shortcuts, and we have companies like Alpha Juice who deliver these fresh pressed juices to our front door, cold and ready to go. I love using my juices as a pre-workout before the gym for a little energy. Right now, Alpha Juice is doing cleansing packages where if you get a detox kit of $100 or more, use my code 6GOD10 to get $10 off. If you get a detox package worth $225 or more, use my code 6GOD25 for $25 off. And you could always use my code 6GOD10 to get you $5 off any Alpha Juice order. So I'm going to go ahead and play this clip. And you know what? I think I'm going to play the audio from over here as well, because I have a feeling that the view is not going to want me using their clip. So we're going to play this audio from here. Hold on now.
On roll their eyes when I read this. Okay, I'm just gonna ask. No one roll their eyes when I read this. The idea of a man expecting a hot meal on the table when he gets home from work may seem like a dated concept, but one guy took it to Reddit, asking if he's wrong to ask his wife to make that happen. He added that when she works, he makes dinner for her. So should he expect her to do the same? I didn't realize I am married to a high maintenance Cuban American man. He expects breakfast and dinner and sex.
Hold on, I'm going to start this over.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask. No one roll their eyes when I read this. The idea of a man expecting a hot meal on the table when he gets home from work may seem like a dated concept, but one guy took it to Reddit, asking if he's wrong to ask his wife to make that happen. He added that when she works, he makes dinner for her. So should he expect her to do the same? I didn't realize I am married to a high maintenance Cuban American man. He expects breakfast and dinner and sex. And he expects.
So, the Latin woman here, she's going to be the only one who pretty much says like, my husband expects that. But I want you to notice the slight resentment in her voice. She's like, she refers to him as high maintenance. Okay. This goes into what I've said so many times is so many women, you honestly are just better off being a long-term girlfriend. A lot of you women, you don't need to be anyone's wife. If you feel resentment about a man getting a hot meal and some cooch, don't get married. I don't understand why some of y'all get married. Like, why do you do this?
A drawer full of treats like Cheetos and Oreos to be constantly full. He doesn't care when I'm working, how I'm working, if I'm on a plane. He wants to be fed, and he wants to be fed daily. Yeah. And if I come home and he's cooked me dinner, I will die of a heart attack at the door. Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes. And that is why Manny and Al are friends. Because Manny expects the same thing. And it's sort of a fight that we always have. And it's very...
As someone who has been counseling marriages and relationships for quite some time, I will let you know I'm highly disturbed at how many couples got married without even having a single discussion about the expectations for food, considering it's something that you need every day to survive 3 times a day. Do you know how many people walk down the aisle and say, I do, never even having a conversation about what those expectations are going to be? Then they get married. Then the women are resentful, talk about, oh my God, I have to cook. Oh my God, like my husband wants to eat every day. My God, I'm so oppressed, so annoying, but it gets worse. It gets worse, y'all.
It's very passive aggressive fight. He started using this language. What are we doing for dinner? We ain't doing nothing for dinner, Manny. You're doing something for dinner. Because Christian, our writer, said that that's how he approaches it. What are we doing for dinner? Manny doesn't cook. Who's the royal we? Yeah, you guys are better wives than me. I would pop my husband if he demanded that. But I will say this, when I was working in the Department of Defense and in the White House, I'd get home really late, sometimes like 8:39.
This girl just said, white, so submissive. I see, so submissive white woman. Speaking of, she's saying that she would physically reprimand her husband if he expected her to cook. I saw a TikTok of this guy. Sometimes Black people think everything is so funny, even when it's not. I saw a TikTok of this brother on the app, and he was like dancing to that song, I'm looking for a yellow bone. Yeah. And he's like, when you're a man that enjoys home cooked meals. And then he shows the wife and she's like, when you're a wife that doesn't cook. And I said, see, this is why I don't feel bad for a lot of you men no more in these marriages, because you think everything is funny. it is a very serious thing to get married and say that you enjoy home cooked meals and to sacrifice that for what? Because all these women have y'all brainwashed into thinking you need them when you really don't. Matter of fact, a lot of y'all would be better off without these balls and chains you have attached to yourself. Like, why is it funny? Why is it funny to say I enjoy home cooked meal, but I have a wife that don't cook? Okay, and this woman is saying that she would physically put her hands on her husband if he expected her to have a meal on the table. Honey, it gets worse and worse, by the way, y'all. This is, just stay tuned. It gets worse. It gets worse. Uh-oh, did I lose my place on here? Hold on.
Home really late, sometimes like 8:39, and my husband can't really cook, but he would just make a bowl of pasta and have a glass of wine waiting for me, and that was like my heaven. Yeah. It's like the best feeling.
What about DoorDash? Wait.
So, this is very interesting that she's saying that, hey, it's really nice when I come home from a long day of work and my husband has even something as simple as some pasta and some wine for me. So it speaks to how a lot of women present day, especially married women, they truly are very aware of what they want and they flex on getting what they want without having to give anything in return to their husbands. And I find it extremely disheartening because if you're saying that you enjoy having something as simple as some pasta and wine, does the husband not deserve that? Does he not enjoy that as well? Because we have these roles reversed where now pretty much the women want to be in their career and just make money. I've said for the longest, like being the one and just go work and make money is a lot easier than being the one that cares for the home, which is why I hate when we women downplay the importance of a woman staying at home and nurturing a home and building a family. Because it's so much more work and emotional intelligence and nurturing that goes in it, as opposed to just going, making a paycheck and bringing it home. But now these women are like, no, you have my dinner on the table. And some of y'all going for it. I can't. I don't even have the words.
One of the things I loved about this Reddit guy was he had all these caveats, right? It was first like, what do you think? And then he's like, no, wait, but I work more than her. And I swear I cook when it's my opportunity, etc. Look, as a guy, I don't think you can ever say that in public. No. Period. No. Period. You can maybe get away with.
So we have the man, he's saying that he doesn't think that you could ever get away. This is my brain cannot comprehend this. There's literally no way in hell. So he's saying as a man, we can never admit in public that we want our wives to cook for us. Wow, you're so slow. Like some of y'all are so slow. Like I used to feel bad for y'all. I don't feel bad for y'all no more because why is the thing? Women like this should never ever be married. That now I've spoken on that before, that men are afraid to set standards with women because they're crucified for it. And women have men trained where if they do have any expectations of women, that they'll be the bad guy. And a lot of men, they are afraid of being a bad guy. And I don't know why. Me, if I was a guy, I'd be like, I don't care about none of that. I said what I said. You can label me as a bad guy all you want to, period. When your wife is cooking, it gives you a comfort, gives you a peace of mind. So many men would be so much farther in life if they did not have to waste so much time on what am I going to eat? Okay, what am I going to eat? So many women act like cooking a meal is hard. They act like such a problem. Like, girl, like you have no systems in your home. You don't have the proper tools, proper appliances, and you're just straight up lazy.
In private, but in public, the idea of a man saying, well, where's my dinner? It's not sitting at the table. In this day and age, are you nuts?
What about the what are we going to do for
Well, that's just a passive-aggressive way of saying, where's dinner?
Bingo. Bingo. Grubhub.com. Yes, DoorDash, Seamless. Right. There are a lot of apps. Yes.
Listen, nobody lives with me. And you know why?
And here go Whoopi, old 70-year-old behind, And this is the sentiment of many Black women this is why, I just live on my own. That's why I just stay single. I'm glad y'all are finally starting to be honest that, you stay single and you don't like to live with no man, because that way you don't have any expectations. And that way you could be lazy and you could do whatever you want. And shoot, I'd rather you do that than drag these men down the aisle just to do a bait and switch and have them fending for themselves. These women are married and sat here and said it's called DoorDash. First of all, if my wife got her ass on the internet and started talking about how she would DoorDash me food and act like she's so oppressed because she has to make something for me, when she got home, and I tell you, it would be the biggest straightening going on. Don't you ever in your life get your ass on this internet and act like me expecting you to have a meal on the table is me oppressing you, knowing good and well all these people out here are going to have a problem with it. How dare you? This man is saying that in this day and age that men can't. He's saying that men can't come forward and say they expect a meal. Meanwhile, women sit here and say they expect a man to make six figures. They expect a man to sleep with them like a porn star. They expect a man to pay all the bills. But a man can't say he expects something to eat. Wow. Wow, wow,
Because
wow.
I don't put up with that language. Yeah. I bought my own house. You don't have to be here. Yeah.
Hey, can you make me something to eat? Excuse me. I don't put up with that language. Excuse me? Wow. So wow. That's crazy to me. Let's stop this. Let's start making marriage a thing for people who are healthy and healed and ready for it. Let's stop forcing and pushing people to get married just because society says they should get married. Let's get back to this place where we reserve marriage for people who really want it and really want to do it right. Do it right in a way that has been shown to work throughout centuries and centuries. It's very arrogant in one generation to wake up and decide that you know better and you're going to figure it out better than everyone else did. Okay. Marriage is a system. It's teamwork. So, if you feel as though cleaning is oppressive, cooking is oppressive, then you definitely should stay single or stay as a girlfriend. That way, cooking and cleaning is optional. But I don't know who needs to hear this, that, when you're married, absolutely, as a married woman, cooking should be an obligation. Cleaning should be an obligation, and it should be an obligation that you enjoy. I notice present day on both sides, you have men who envy the women, like, oh, so I'm supposed to work and pay for everything and you ain't got to pay for nothing. Like, sir, you as a man should take pride and joy in bringing home the bacon and providing for your family and seeing them benefit off of things you provide. You as a woman, it shouldn't be, I gotta cook, I gotta clean. You should feel happy and see pride, to cook for your family and see them enjoy healthy home cooked meals. To know that you're nurturing their body, healing their body. The fact that a lot of men and women don't enjoy their roles anymore, like, can we normalize people not getting married? Like, just don't get married. Like, if you feel like you're not ready for it, if you're not healed, if you're not in the right mind state, if you don't enjoy, your roles in these institutions, don't do it. Let's stop telling people they have to do it just by a certain age and do it because people say that you should. And if you truly feel like this, don't do it, because when you're a girlfriend, cooking is optional. Cleaning is optional. But when you're a wife, it's not. I don't know who needs to hear this, but this disgusts me. And I blame the men because y'all are scared of what? I don't know. Do you know what would happen if men would snap out of this fake reality of they're scared of women? And when women, try to threaten you with not being able to say anything, imagine if men began saying, yeah, I said it and I don't care. Like, what would women do? Like, what if men just stopped caring about, this whole fear of being a bad guy? What if men just stopped caring and they're like, yeah, we said, what are you going to do about it? You know what women would do? They do what you want. You know what's happening? Low key, women are resenting you because you're not giving them anything to do. You're not giving them any rules. You're not giving them any direction. So it's a no for me. I want to normalize people not getting married. This is very ghetto to me. A lot of y'all men need to do better with this. This is not giving. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. And before you go, this is a word from our sponsor. So we are here in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and there is a new salon in town that I've gotten word is black owned, honey. So we're about to go check it out and see what services we can get done today. Let's go. So when I went inside, the customer service was impeccable, very friendly. Everything was clean, girly. They even do like bridal shower and events. The makeup room is spectacular. She really just poured into my face, and she said that you can book online, you can call. As you can see, it came out incredible. I will definitely be back. You could not tell me nothing. They took such good care of me. I highly recommend. Y'all gotta check out the Beauty Bag in Lawrenceville.